Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I'm about to go do some thrifting, get the day started. I got some packages to ship out over here. Quite a bit, some good sales. I sold a Sony Hi8 cam for $90, some shoes for $47, and some just random other small things. So I'm going to drop these off at the post office. We're going to hit Goodwill Salvation Army, probably another Goodwill as well today. I think I'll head over in that direction. Haven't been there in a few days. And we're going to try to make some money. Got my V8 Black Cherry energy drink. Still waiting for V8 to sponsor me. What are they waiting for? I don't know. I talk about these all the time. This has been in Goodwill forever. This is like a Star Wars cassette audiobook. $24.99. Just not worth that at all. It's just been sitting here. Who knows what will happen to it, but I don't think it'll ever sell at $24.99. I think you can get those on eBay for like $10 or less, so I don't think anyone's really going to pick it up. And the shelves here are just really empty. They've been like that for a couple weeks, and it's just nothing really new to look at. Just the same old junk that no one's buying. Over here at the shoes, you can see that they're really empty too. Usually they're quite filled, but they're just empty. Depressing. So I decided to stop in Home Depot. I needed some drain cleaner and some hose washers for my garden hose. And I found some clearance. A couple of these sediment filters, they were $8.03, and I'll be able to sell these for about $40 on Amazon. I've sold sediment filters before, not this brand. I believe if this ever built is Home Depot house brand. I've sold the whatever the Lowe's was, I can't remember right off, and they do sell quite well. So yeah, I should make about at least $40-$45 profit in the end. So glad I stopped. In the next Goodwill, I'm in the toy area looking for Jurassic World, of course, and anything I can sell. I like when Goodwills have a bunch of random toys. There's a Majin Buu figure from Dragon Ball Z. I actually looked that up. Some of those are actually worth some money. That one was not, so that was left behind. It was only like 69 cents or something like that anyway. But there's a lot of just random little toys, and some of these little toys can be worth a good amount of money. You just have to really have the knowledge, and that's something I've been trying to get over the years with toys, because you do come across them so much, and they're quite overlooked. Here's Knights and Castles game. I've never seen that one before. I don't think it had any value. A bunch of McDonald's toys, just no value there. So I didn't really see anything in the toy area. So I come over here. If you didn't know before, I was a reseller. I was an underwear model. You can see some of my work right there. And I'm just going through these baskets and looking for anything, really. There's so much stuff that can be hidden in these areas. I found a calculator multiple times in these areas. TI-84 pluses made me a quick $50. So definitely have to be pretty thorough when you're looking through stuff. And the good thing about this Goodwill is the prices are always quite good. So if you do find something that's worth money, you're going to get it cheap. Unfortunately, their electronics area is really bad. As you can see here, it's just this end cap. There are a couple of decent cameras. I didn't end up picking them up because I'm starting to get too many cameras, and really they're only like $15 cameras, and I just really don't want to mess with them when they're not that high end. Over here though, in the ceramics dishware, you can see this print right here. This is a Corning 1975. I looked that up because of the print, but it is in rough shape. In good condition, this would sell for $35-$45 on eBay. So unfortunately, it's just way too beat up for me to deal with. But anytime I see a print that looks old and vintage on these dishes, I always look them up to see if they're worth anything. So I ended up finding a couple things in that Goodwill. First thing here, the best thing, Stephen King, the girl who loved Tom Gordon. Never even actually heard of that one. So it might take a while to sell. This is a CD audiobook. I've sold used CD audiobooks before in the 60s and 80s of Stephen King. This one being sealed, not as popular, but it will sell for $60 on Amazon. The rank was like 4 million in books, which isn't terrible. But then again, there also wasn't any FBA sellers, I don't think. So for $2, going to make some great profits on that. Then I seen this, warning, hide shiny objects before opening. I'm like, I was honestly a little bit scared to open this because I thought something was going to make a noise or pop out. But what it is if anyone's into Harry Potter or The Fantastic Beast. I can't remember what this thing's called, actually. What is it called? Yeah, it escapes my mind. Anyway, this thing's attracted to shiny objects and always steals them. You can see it's just a little bank. So I bought this, probably not to sell. I just thought it was cool. Pretty big Harry Potter fan, so I'll just put it on the mantle, or unless it is worth money. I didn't even look it up, but I doubt it's worth much. Anyway, I am off to Salvation Army, and should be opening here soon, and then I'll go hit one more Goodwill. There's what I picked up in Salvation Army. It was $12.99. It is a remote control Bobcat. I believe it's actually official Bobcat brand, looks like. Anyway, I looked it up and knew these things sell for $150. Used one sold for $75 with one bid. Another one sold for $50 with one bid plus shipping. So we're going to probably price this at $75 plus shipping. If it works okay, it looks to be in good physical condition. Remote's in there. I'm not sure if it uses a rechargeable battery or battery pack or what. I may have to try to track one of those down, but no, we'll get it home, we'll look it up, or we'll look, see how it works. Probably have to get batteries. I'll probably take like the C batteries. I've been meaning to get some of those for so long. I have so many things to test with C batteries. I just end up in the death pile because I don't have C batteries. So, Wick, get some C batteries. Inside the last Goodwill, I see some amazing things there. Wings of War, Turrican, Helios, all there in this glass case. Unfortunately, if you see the price tag, I don't know if you can see it in this video, Wings of War there is $80. And I about walk away because that was disgusting. I'm like, oh no. But I decided to take a look at the other ones anyway because I couldn't see the price. I thought maybe they'd be cheaper, and a couple of them were. So that Goodwill was bittersweet. They had some quality Sega Genesis games. For anyone who don't know, I collect old games like this, and it is really rare to see anything like this. And they had the Wings of War there, priced at $80. It's not even really worth that. I didn't see any that sold for $80. There was one that sold for $79.99 on eBay, but that was with best offer. So I don't know what that actually sold for. It was looking more like $50-$60. I don't know why they didn't price that one at $20. They priced these two at $20. And I believe the Helios here is... Oh, don't fall. No! I believe this one is actually worth more. It's definitely a better value. Now, maybe not, because it was missing the manual here. Jeez, get this open. So the cartridge is in great shape, but there's no manual, unfortunately, for that one. So it's probably only worth maybe $50 in the end. So it's worth for me picking up for $20. Even for resale, I think it's probably worth picking up at $20. It's just the profits aren't that good. You wish it was $2.99 like it should be. And they obviously don't know what they're doing. There was a Shinobi 3 there. That's like an $8 game. So they priced that at $20, and a couple other ones I don't even remember that wasn't worth it. But Turrican here, I actually found this at a garage sale one year. It did not have the box. It had just the cartridge. But this has the box and the manual. And since this box is a cardboard box, it's pretty rare to find in this condition. So I could probably... I wonder if the poster's in there. That would be awesome. It's pretty hard to find like this, so I'll probably sell my cartridge only for like $20-$25, get my money back, and then this one's worth, I believe it was in the 60s, complete like this in this condition. Doesn't, oh, that's the manual, right? Oh, it's like just a advertisement cardboard thing. Might be the poster. I don't think so. I don't think there's a poster. So technically, I guess it's not complete. Well, maybe that's the poster in there. It doesn't seem like it. It would be sweet to have the poster, but, you know, whatever. They're just going in my collection. So I don't like to pay this much for games that go in my collection because, you know, they're just sitting on a shelf, basically. All these games you can play on like emulators and computers, so you don't really need to own them for any other purpose than collecting them. They just make me happy when I hold them and touch them in my hand. This camera work's got to be awful. I apologize. I should have just waited until I got home. Anyway, there they are. If I sold them, I'm sure I'd make at least double my money on them. Probably a little bit more. Probably about $50 profit. But I'm definitely happy to add these. I wish I could add the Wizards of War. I have never even heard of that game, so I knew it was pretty valuable and rare. So unfortunately, not the case. But I did pick up some totes for $2.99. A couple of them. I always get them when they're at that price. If you watch my videos, you know that. But I'm going to head home. 2 trash bags full of Energy Black Cherry V8 cans, at least 90% full of that. Yeah, V8, call me about that sponsorship. So I just looked up this Niffler, and it actually sells for $21.99 on eBay. One sold. I also realized it came from Loot Crate. Loot Crate's like a thing you can buy every month. It's a subscription service, and you get like random nerdy things. So this came in that, so it's not super valuable. I'm happy paying $1.99 and keeping it for myself. But I think we got a pretty good haul this morning for a few places we stopped, and was only out, let's see, what time is it? Less than 3 hours, so that's not bad at all. Granted, I'm not selling the games, but if I was, that would be some really good profit. Probably about 150 profit, I think. Maybe 200. I forgot about the Home Depot stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go upstairs and try to get this thing working. So there is his new home right here on my mantle. Enjoy your life. So I'm looking at this. Does have a rechargeable battery, and of course there's no charger. It looks like it probably just under, and then you just plug it into a power adapter. Looking at the one on eBay, of course I don't have the power adapter, so I'm going to have to try to find a way to charge this and test it. I didn't see any chargers for it on eBay for sale, but there should be something out there that fits this thing. See, it just plugs in there. All I need is something with a cord that plugs in, and I can plug into the wall. But yeah, we'll have to figure that out before I can sell it, or just sell it as is. But I might as well just look for it, because I think I'll get more money. This is the next morning. I decided just to add this footage to this vlog because I don't have much for this day. And this is the shoes. The very next day, if you remember, the shoes are almost empty. Here they've replenished them. These are some Doc Martens for $6.99. I actually ended up leaving these. They were a little scuffed, and this particular model is just not selling very well. I think they're a bit saturated on eBay, so I decided to leave them. Look at these Vans. These are really nice shoes. There are 3 pairs. They're my size, and I wear Vans. I have too many pairs as it is. I'm never going to wear. So I had to walk away from them, and actually the resale value on those probably could have made some money. A lot of the Vans that are not in print anymore, not in manufacture, I don't know what you call it, but they hold some value. I'm not sure if those are pretty basic ones, but yeah, some decent shoes at decent prices, but nothing that really can make me a good amount of money. I like to make at least 20 bucks on a pair of shoes if I'm going to sell them, if I'm paying $5. So I don't know if those Vans would have. Kind of take a peek at the women's shoes, but somebody told me about a garage sale that was starting while I was in here, so I wanted to get out and get to that garage sale. So I am out of Goodwill, and what did I get here? I'm not even sure what this is. It's an extendable arm, kind of hold stuff, and the reason I got it was only $2.99. The reason I got it was because I'm going to put the hair dryer on it and use that because I use a hair dryer, the heat to get labels off, and it's really hard to hold and get a label off. So this should hold it, and then I can just hold the item under there and use a Scotty peeler and get it off. And I know someone's going to say you should use a heat gun. Well, heat gun I have gets too hot. This is a high-end hair dryer, so this gets extremely hot. It's enough to melt plastic and do damage like a heat gun. So that in mind, it's not so hot that it's going to be out of control, but more like a heat gun. So this works perfectly for me, so that's why I use a hair dryer. If you use a heat gun, that's awesome, and I'm sure it works great, but for me, I just use the hair dryer because it works great for me. But I think this is going to work out awesome. I've made it to this yard sale that started at 10 o'clock, skipped Salvation Army to go to it, and there's quite a bit of people here. It's actually earlier than 10, and you can see that it already started. It seems to be that happens either it's a hard rule that you cannot be there earlier than when it starts, or it just randomly starts whenever. There's a Blu-ray player there, a Sony one, but she said it did not work, so I wasn't too interested in that. People are buying quite a bit of stuff. There were a lot of people in this little area I was trying to get through and look at some things on this table. I'm like, woman, please just move before I throw you. And she finally got out of the way. But I spot this Sony camera here, and there was no price on it. When I asked the guy, he said it was $3, so I did end up picking that up. There was a beer tap there, but he wanted $10 for that. It was only selling for like $15, but I decided to put the phone away and start looking. So I think I did all right in that garage sale. I picked up this Sony camera. There's the model number. Some of these sold in the 20s, but there's also 2 or 3 that sold in the 40s plus shipping. So I paid $3 for it. It wasn't a charger cable. He showed me that it takes batteries, but I still think it takes the rechargeable batteries, because you can buy charger cables on eBay. So, you know, I might buy a cable, I might not. I'll probably have a cable, honestly. But we'll try to get this tested and listed and sold. Make some money. So this is actually going to work out pretty well, I think. I don't know what this was originally was meant for, but for $2.99, I'll be able to, I can adjust this, pull this up. Now, it doesn't really, like, it's not, this bendy thing isn't strong enough to hold it out. But really, I need it down like that anyway. And then I can just hold the item under there. I could use a Scotty Pillar and get it off. And this thing gets really hot, so I might have to put gloves on when I do that so I don't burn myself. But it's going to be a lot easier than trying to do it all with one hand, because before that's what I was doing, and just for $2.99 it's going to just make my life easier, because I take off hundreds and thousands of labels every year. So I think it was a good pickup. But that's going to do it for the video, everybody. I want to thank you for watching. I'm about to take some pictures with the photo booth back there. This thing is focusing on the light, so my face is disappearing. Let's just move over here. Yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Hit that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed. Ring that bell. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.